today we are going to learn about president number 22. Now, this president is the only president to be president, to leave the office, and then come back and be president. So when you look at his card, he has number 22, not 23, but then 24. So he was president 2 times, not in a row. A lot of presidents were president 2 times in a row, but he was not in a row. So this president, number 22 and number 24, his name was Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland. And Grover Cleveland was the only president to not serve 2 terms in a row. Okay? No other president has done that. He also was the second president to get married while president. And he got married, guess where?
In the White House.
In the White House. You guys are so smart. He got married in the White House. So isn't that cool? So
in that huge thing behind you.
yeah, in the White House. This is where he got married. So when he was president. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to put him up here, guys. I know I'm going to move these over the weekend. But I'm going to put him up here.
Miss Murphy,
Okay.
when you become president, you pretty much leave your old home for 8 years.
You do. Yeah, exactly. So Wyatt says when you become president, you pretty much leave your own home that you live in. You have to leave it because you live in the White House. But then you can go back to it when you're done. President number 23. So after Grover Cleveland, 23 was Benjamin Harrison.
Oh my.
Now, Benjamin Harrison was the first president to have electric lights and a Christmas tree. So all the other presidents didn't have like electric lights. They just still had to use like candles, or they had to use some kind of something burning so that it produced light.
Wait,
And
are you saying he put light in the White House?
so he has lights, like we have electrical lights. He had lights in the White House. Now, do you guys remember William Harrison?
Yeah.
This guy, who was our president, number 9, this is his grandson. So like this was his grandpa. So he was a grandson of William Harrison. Also, he's the second president whose wife died when he was president. And then he got remarried. So that's why he got married in the White House, is because when he was president, his wife died. But then he found another woman, and he remarried her and was in the White House. And I think that is my only facts about him. Question, Wyatt? Wyatt, did you have a question then? Or something you want to say?
I forgot.
You forgot? Okay. So, we have Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, and then we say Cleveland came back again. So he left and he came back. So Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, then Cleveland came back again. So that's 24. Now, number 25, after Cleveland, because Cleveland's 24 again, 25 is William McKinley. And William McKinley was, guess what? The 3rd president assassinated. You guys remember what assassinated is?
Yeah.
What is it, Raylan?
Shot and killed.
Shot and killed while you are the president. Yep, shot and killed by somebody else. Or killed by somebody else. Maybe not shot, but killed by somebody else. So, and he's the 5th president to die while president, or while in office. Okay? And he's the first president. So when he was running for president, and when like Donald Trump and Biden ran for president, how did you guys know they were running? What did you see? Wyatt?
Saw all these. You saw the map of the United States, and the blue is the Democrats, and the red is the.
You saw it on TV, right? You guys saw it on TV. Well, back then, did they have TVs? No, so guess what he did? He would use a telephone to call people and tell people, hey, my name is William McKinley, and I'm running for president. So he was the first president to use the telephone. He also used buttons. So, you know how people sometimes wear buttons? Not those kind of buttons on your shirt, Mason, but it was a button that said, vote for McKinley for president. And so he'd pass out those buttons. And if you got a button, like if I gave you,
like a pin.
like a pin, if I was William McKinley and I gave Carson a button that said, vote for McKinley for president, Carson would see that button and he'd be like, oh, I'll probably vote for McKinley because he gave me a button, or he's a good guy. So that was the first time somebody would, it's called campaigning, to be president by telephone or button. Raylan.
Was it actual phones or was it a telegram?
Good question. I think it was more of a telegram. But at that time, it was more like a like we consider it telegram.
When I asked this morning, I'm like, is it a phone or a telegram?
Right, right. Yep. You know, it says on your telephone, but I'm thinking at this time it was maybe more a telegram. But it could be more of a telephone. I might have to look that up for you. Good question. Brooklyn.
What one is Mrs. Johnson or Mr. John? I don't know whatever his last name is. And
Johnson? Andrew Johnson?
Yeah.
What about it?
When are we going to go to music for not music,
Wednesday. You can ask Mrs. Johnson on Wednesday.
or
Okay.
we could do it today.
Now, number 25 was McKinley. Number 26 is Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh God.
And Theodore Roosevelt was, at that time, the youngest. At this time, was the youngest president. And he was,
The tiniest?
just a second. He was 38 years old. So, actually, Mrs. Murphy is 39. So he was a year younger than me right now.
I thought
When
you
he was
20.
president, and he was president when he was 38, and then also when he was 42, he became president. So he had it for 8 years, and both of his wife and his mother died on Valentine's Day. Isn't that sad? On the same day, same year. And then, okay, do you know that his name is Theodore.
Do you have a favorite book?
His name Theodore has a nickname called Teddy. And do you know why it's called Teddy? Can you guys think of anything that's a teddy? A teddy bear, Carson. So the teddy bear was named after Theodore Roosevelt because there was a bear that was captured on one of his hunting trips. And he was like, no, we are not capturing the bear. We're not keeping the bear. And you know, when you capture something, like you keep it like in a cage, you don't let it go free. But Theodore Roosevelt was like, no, you are not going to keep that bear. It's called captive. You're not going to capture and keep it. So they named the teddy bear after him because he was so kind to bears. And he was also the first president to ride in a car and to take an airplane. So that was pretty cool. So there's a lot of firsts for this guy. Raylan.
Oh, wasn't there some other Roosevelt that was during like World War II?
Let me see if this guy was during. Sometimes it tells us events that are happening. I'm wondering if there's another one.
I think there is.
Yeah.
Did you read the events?
The events were, let's see, the San Francisco earthquake. Oklahoma becomes a state. This guy also helped to establish like parks and national forests because he was very much into nature. And he liked hunting, but he didn't like capturing and keeping things captive. Okay, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 presidents today. So we are going, actually we'll do one more. Because we'll do this guy. We're on number 27. William Howard Taft. Who remembers this guy? Do you guys remember the book we read?
Yeah.
Taft
Hey, look.
Got stuck in the bag.
So, William Taft, you guys remember this guy because we read this book last week, was the biggest president. He was 332 pounds. And they have said that he got stuck in a bathtub because he was so big. But we don't know if it was really a true story or if it was just a made up story. But he was so big that he could have got stuck in a bathtub. Also, he was the first president to keep cows on the White House lawn. So he had cows on the lawn. Remember there was one president that had horses? He had cows. He also had 3,000 cherry trees come from Japan to be planted at the White House or in there on the property.
That's nice.
So he loved cherry trees. And I think that was about it for him. Raylan.
This is about Abraham Lincoln, but he played baseball on it, and there I think it was something Wilson, and he had sheep on it.
Oh, really? Sheep?
Yeah.
Cool. And speaking of baseball, this guy was the first guy to throw a pitch out at a baseball game. Speaking of baseball, Wyatt.
Who is ready with the book?
Wyatt, did you have a quick question?
Wasn't Harry Truman Theodore's vice president?
Well, when we get to him, we'll look that up, okay? I don't know off the top of my head, but when we get to him, he's coming up in a little bit. Then we'll ask him, okay? Okay.
She always
All right, we need to now stop. And